now I'm sitting with Sympathy Sibanda, who is diverse in her field. And, you know, I was reading her bio, and one of the things was head, hand, and heart. Sympathy, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Very well. You look lovely and maroon. I love that color. It's like my favorite.
Thank you so much.
So I'm talking about the head, hand, and heart.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that? What does that mean?
Yeah, so this has become my anthem, sort of, but I don't own it. I didn't coin it.
Okay.
It was coined at a school that I went to. I was a missionary. I was at Nyazra Adventist High School, and that is something that we were saying almost every day. It didn't make sense then. It was just, you know, we're saying it. Yeah. But now, when I left school, it then started to make sense that everyone is supposed to be able to use those three things to survive. You're supposed to, especially in our country, you have to really, really, you know, hustle. That is, use your hands. You should have something that you're kusona, kuruka, whatever you can do. Train yourself to do something with your hands. And your head, that's something that you go to school for.
Education.
So, exactly.
Right.
Get an education. It doesn't mean that you have to get a PhD or professorship or something like that. But you can also just get a certificate, even now online. Train your head so that you can make a conversation with just anyone.
Exactly, and to be like intellectual, at least you can, you know, and then you have the heart aspect.
Oh, yeah. I love the heart because it's your passion.
Right.
It's things that if someone calls you to do, a payment is an extra thing. Yeah. But it's something that you do out of
You love doing it.
Exactly. You're like, actually, I love this.
That is fantastic. Head, hand, and a heart. Yeah. I'm going to adopt that as well and make it my anthem too.
Let's get it.
Now, you've been in the world of entrepreneurship from a very young age. I understand, 9 years old. It reminds me also of my childhood. My dad always got us to do, you know, little bank transactions when we were quite young. Yeah. How did you... I mean, 9 years old. How was that for you?
So it didn't feel like work. My father is a constructor. So at that age, he used to build houses. And after building houses, he would say, I'm not hiring anyone else. Here is the budget that's there for cleaning. So you and your sisters and your cousins, you're coming here to clean. And then you get the same amount that you would pay anyone else. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it started. So we would go and clean the houses, get our fair share of the money.
That must have been the exciting part. I know. Big up to you, Dad. That's very good to actually have your parents see and help build your future. Exactly. And in your journey learning entrepreneurship, what have you... You're a writer as well. How has that happened for you? How has this been for you?
So writing, I would say it's my passion. It's something that I just love doing, and I've always been writing. And I also say big up to my parents because they also introduced the art of writing and reading. Okay. So we didn't have exposure to television. I think we actually owned a television later on in our lives. We didn't have a television. Would be told that your TVs are the books. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what sense that is. I don't know if I can survive without a TV right now. But I feel like it really did something for me because the more I consumed the books, the more I also wanted to write. So I've always been writing. And it also became sort of a therapy, something that I would say, even though I'm not having friends, even though I don't have this and that, I can always just be writing and find my friends here. So yeah.
That's really good. And you've started the Writers, what is it called? The Writers Support...
Writers Support Network Africa.
Right. You started that.
Yes.
What is that?
It is a group that is dedicated to offer psychosocial support for women using writing as a tool.
And I love how it is something where I read as well where you said, if we don't learn how to kind of express our feelings and bleed on paper. Yes. I love that. I was like, oh, it's bleeding on paper when you're writing. Yeah. Imagine writing and putting that stuff for you. Mentally, we won't do well and we won't be able to impact a lot of people. So that's absolutely fantastic. I did read that. I said, wow, that is very interesting. Now, you've worked with a lot of women, and powerful women as well. How has that helped you on your journey?
It has given me a front row seat, free front row seat of learning how people do it. Okay. Sometimes we pay for mentorship, but I've really like watched all these people do their things, maybe teaching me or just doing it non-verbally, and I've really learned a lot. So I feel like I am blessed to have walked those journeys and continue walking those journeys where I continuously learn on how to conduct myself, on how to ask for things, on how to say no, which is something that is very hard for a lot of people to say no.
Yes.
We end up getting so exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Would you mind telling us who some of these women are that really had a great impact on you?
All right, so right now I'm actually working with Dr. Mkorombindo, who is... she's in events, and she does a lot of also relaxation for executive women. Right. So we are working on different events for women to come together to relax, to mentor upcoming and upcoming and established executive women come together. I've also worked with Dr. Ntlukula of Securico, and I was part of her journey when she was launching a library in the Gutu area. So I am so happy to have walked those journeys with these women.
Right, this is absolutely fantastic. Your life is like really strong, full of success and great things. Now, Amandla brand, what is that?
Oh, this is my child, my baby.
Tell us more about it, please.
It's a value addition company where we value add your usual products like your nuts, your cereals, and we value add them into very interesting snacks and cereals and butters. So we realized I really have a passion for food, especially and healthy food. So the concept is to use shaitwa anambuya vedu and stuff like that. They used to make good food, and my illnesses, your non-communicable diseases, yeah. So what was the trick? It was their lifestyle, their food, and I bring that and fuse with how to make things interesting. Yeah, so we have an example of our mandire. I wish I had brought it online. Wow. It's very tasty, but it's not just same that gogobaibika, but it infuses a certain modernity to it. So yeah, we play around that
mandire.
Yes.
I don't even know what
corn.
That is.
So it's a snack made from corn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you've modernized it and stuff.
Yes.
So if you are putting, aren't you adding things that will dilute the originality of what it was? No, we're actually using your natural flavors. Yeah, so it's not really diluting. We still have your original recipes. We still have, if it's peanut butter, we still have the natural one without anything added to it. Wow,
yeah.
That is great. I love this aspect because it speaks on what you were saying about your hands.
Yeah.
That hustle.
Yes, you gotta hustle.
You gotta hustle. Where do we find this product?
This product is found through our agents and also in downtown, but also people can order online on Amandla Brands. Okay. Yes.
That's your social media handle?
Yes.
Amandla Brands.
Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, we are in the month of celebrating women and empowering them. As, there's not a lot of representation to that. Do you think... What's your stance in representing various women and different women who have done great things? What's your take on that?
Let's tell our stories. I don't think we don't celebrate each other enough. I feel like let's tell our stories. The way that I'm here and I'm telling my story, I'm empowering someone out there to also tell their stories. And that's the work we do with the women writers. We're saying, your story is very important. It might not reach an international place, but because it's going to impact the next person, the next girl, someone who's just watching and thinking, I have given up, and they read your story. So let's tell our stories. Let's not be, it's not humility, kuzhiwanza, wakazvipeta, uchizviita kamurora. No, you're not. If you're a murora kwangwenya, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, also murora kwese kwese kwaunoenda. So tell your story. Do not hide yourself. Even the Bible says, the light should not be hidden under a bushel.
Yes, exactly.
Let it shine.
Yeah. Let your light shine. That's incredible. That's also a message for the young girl child. What other message would you have for a young girl child, especially in what you have accomplished in your journey?
Yeah. It would still be use your head, your hand, and the heart. Yeah.
Make sure that is. So I find as well that there's some people who are very timid. These young ladies, we're very scared to kind of step out there. How did you step out there? I know you had the experience from when you were 9, but for the person who doesn't have that kind of support from their family and things, what would you say to them? How would you encourage them to step out and just go for it?
So now the world is global and there's so many tools online. Find relevant organizations. Just go on Facebook. Makuano Nagidza on Facebook, but just find things that can help you. Find relevant information and keep on knocking. You never know who's going to open their door for you.
Wow. Yeah. That is very important and very good. So on social media, we find you at Amandla Brands. Yes. What are the name? This Writers Association. Where do we find that?
All right. So it's Writers Support Network, Women Writers Support Network Africa.
Okay.
Yes. So we're there, and people can also look me up. It's Sympathy Sibanda or Sympathy Mangwenya. Yes. Okay. So either of those, you can find me somewhere in there. I'll really respond.
I'm always asking this question, Sympathy. Your 5-year plan. Where do you see yourself in 5 years pertaining to your Amandla Brands, to the writing, and to the work that you are doing in the community representing women?
All right. So I see myself making inroads into the region, which I have already started, and also being an international name. Basically, I think that's it. I want me to put my surname out there. I'll just say, my name is Sympathy, and people will know.
Will know you.
Yeah.
And when you speak of entertainment, international scene, have you done anything internationally?
We're actually working on a project. Maybe I'll talk about it later, but it has to do with writing because already we are in 7 African countries. Our presence is the Women Writers Support Network. So we are working to have an anthology that includes different women from different countries. So yeah, that's our first major international project.
That is very good. 7 countries, hey? That is a huge impact. How do you feel about that? Just knowing that has happened.
I feel, it's an out-of-body experience where you feel like, okay, so I'm making this impact. And the most humbling thing is when people then send you the kind of impact they're getting from what you're
writing.
Yeah, so you just say, for me, I believe I was blessed here for a purpose, and I just say, Lord, take all the glory.
That's good. That just shows your humility, just being humble. Because I know some of these places, they're big, great spaces, but if you can hone that in and actually make an impact in somebody's heart, I think you're doing fantastic stuff.
Thank you so much.
Sympathy, thank you so much for joining us right here on Morning Rush, and I wish you all the best. I can't wait to read more of your books, and can't wait to, kind of see the fantastic, and to taste mandire.
Oh, yes.
See, I've learned something today.
I love that.
I've learned. Thank you so much. Hey.
Thank you.
Right.
Konapo. Ipapo pa ZTN Prime. DSTV channel 294. The place to be.